Morning, bro. 6 a.m. I'm on my way to Muay Thai class. I just wanted to make this vlog today and talk to you guys about my experience so far on monk mode, ghost mode. I've learned a lot on this kind of experience. Funny enough, I feel like it's made me a little bit more socially awkward. I was signing up for the membership to get into martial arts. I'm talking to the front desk lady. She asked me all these questions, and I'm like, oh, it's so awkward. Holding a simple conversation now. You know, I'm usually a social guy, but I haven't been talking to anybody for the past 3 weeks. So now it's like, oh, every time I'm in a social situation, I feel super awkward doing it. But other than that, bro, it's been an experience where I've really learned to just dial in and focus on what I need to focus. What helped me a lot was getting a schedule together. So I made a plan for my day. And on that plan, it details every single thing I'm doing for the whole day, from the morning all the way to the end of the night. So I kind of want to take you with me on this, journey today. And I have a couple things planned, and one of those things I want to start doing more of is to start training more consistently. So I just got into martial arts again. I used to do it before. I should go now. I'm gonna go now. I used to do it before, and then I haven't done it in a while. I did it, I think, 6 years ago, and then I did it for 2, and then I stopped. So I guess 4 years ago is when I stopped doing martial arts. And now that I'm trying to get back into it again, it's like I'm trying to build that tempo back up. I don't know. I had one short, I posted a while ago, but I went out to a party with some of my boys. And long story short, we ended up getting pressed by these random guys, and there was 6 of them, and there was 3 of us. And honestly, I don't encourage anybody to fight. And we didn't fight that night either. But it did remind me that you never know, right? Obviously, putting yourself in that situation is the first thing. But you never know when you might need to be able to defend yourself. And I feel like being as rusty as I am now, I'm not in a position where I'm going to reliably have the cardio needed to be able to defend myself. So I'm trying to build that back up again. I like the mornings because I can get there. I don't got to worry about traffic. I don't got to worry about people getting in the way, whatever. And then after this, I'm probably gonna go work on my backflips. Last time I worked on my backflips, I got injured, so I'm hoping this time I'm gonna be good. So, wish me luck and health and wealth. I do like kind of this free-form style of content where I just get to talk to you guys and, or I just talk to you specifically. Where I get to talk to you and we just kind of hang out for a bit. I'm gonna have a workout later. I'm gonna put up a video later on, I think. I'm gonna talk about how I structure my monk mode. And I've been kind of thinking about having a little bit more of a consistent schedule with my uploads. I think I'm gonna start uploading videos on Mondays and Fridays. So look out for those if you're interested in that kind of content. Subscribe, obviously. And yeah, I'm not in a position yet where I'm going to be recording myself training. Hopefully, once I get more comfortable, once people know me a little bit better, then I'll be able to kind of do that. All right, so Muay Thai class is over. It was a good session, bro. Honestly, I do miss doing the sport. It's been so long. But let me get into the second point of my monk mode, and my ghost mode. Another thing I learned was how valuable your time really is. When you give it away so easily, you don't realize how quickly it goes by. I think I can turn this off. Yeah, that's enough lighting. But yeah, your time goes by so fast, and it's the most valuable resource that we really have. So giving it away to anyone who wants it, honestly, bro, it's just not ideal when you really think about it. So I have a cousin who makes YouTube videos. Shout out to Ryan Piano. And I remember one morning a couple days ago. Actually, I'm gonna admit something, bro. I cheated a little bit. So every morning I don't use my phone, and I just kind of get to work on time and I'm productive. But I have a cousin who makes YouTube videos, so I go to support him, right? And he drops a video in the morning, and while I'm eating breakfast, I watch his video because, you know, that's what family does. So I watched his video, and it was only 20 minutes, but it made me late for work. Not by much, right? Like, I showed up to work, I think, like 2 minutes behind. But I've always been showing up 15 for the past 3 weeks, right? So it just shows you how quickly and how easy it is to have your time and then mess up your schedule because you just weren't paying attention, or just because, you know, you let it slip by you. And the trade-off when you give your time in exchange for something else is really big. I was really in the habit before I went into my ghost mode of just kind of hanging out with people every weekend or giving my time to someone on the weekends. And I think it's funny because someone left a comment on my last video and they were like, ghost mode, more like not going out for 2 weekends. And that's kind of like the simple version of it is like, yeah, I can see that, right? I can agree with that it feels like the only thing I'm doing is not going out. But that in and of itself is very powerful. And the reason why it is because on those days that you do go out and like you go out, hang out with your friends, and I'm not even talking about go out like as in like partying and stuff. I mean just being outside of your own either space or your own productive area or whatever. Just doing that in and of itself, it can pull you away from the potential that you have to move yourself ahead, to work on your business, to work on your health or whatever, right? So your time's important. And a habit that I started to pick up now is I'm waking up at 5 a.m. every morning. So today's my day off. I don't actually have work. Well, I don't have my traditional work. I still have to do my YouTube stuff, and I still got to do, you know, other side projects that I'm working on right now. But I'm still up in the morning, right? And it's not because I'm an early bird or anything. It's just because I get more time to do the thing that I want to achieve, right? And it helps that the martial arts class, the Muay Thai class, is in the morning because now I have a reason to be up so early on a day where I'm not supposed to go to my regular job. But even if that wasn't the case, I would make it a habit now to start getting up. Because, I don't know, bro, you seen in the first part of the video, bro, it was dark outside. It was dark outside. I was out before the sun was. And there's no distractions. There's no noise. There's nothing pulling away. There's no time constraint. Before I went into this monk mode, ghost mode, I call it a ghost mode because I think there's a big difference between what I'm doing as versus a monk mode. I think with a monk mode, a lot of people stay social. Like they, you know, entertain like small blocks of whatever, right? Like they still text their friends. They're still on social media, let's be honest. I think a lot of times when people go into monk mode, some people cut out social media, but for the most part, they just kind of do the same thing, but they're more strict with when they do it. So they'll have their little like excursions and stuff like that, but they'll only do it within the confine of a certain period of time. And I think that's still a good practice to do. But I feel like the main difference between the ghost mode that I'm doing, I'm not trying to be like, oh, I'm not like the other ghost modes. I'm not like the other monk mode guys. I'm not like the other productivity guys. But I genuinely think the difference between fully isolating yourself and just having like a block of deep work is the thoughts that come across your mind. You start to think about like everything that's going on in your life and the choices you've made, the position you're in, and you just get a really hard look at like, okay, the decisions I've made so far have put me in this position, whether positive or negative. And then you get this perspective where it's like, okay, Now, what am I going to do to change? Am I happy where I am? Do I want to do better? Is there something that I can improve on? And that's been a huge transformative experience for me, is noticing that like I can keep improving, right? I've always had this drive to achieve freedom, financial freedom, and time freedom. And I think now more than ever, when I realize that like if I stay where I am now, I'll never achieve that goal, I'm motivated to keep pushing and to keep going for it. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. So we'll see. Sometimes I have my doubts with this YouTube thing. Like I'll look at my analytics and I'm like, oh man, like this isn't going anywhere. There's no point in me even doing this. I'm wasting my time. But I know that like there's at least 1 or 2 people that appreciate the message. And I know that right now I'm doing something positive for like the world and my life, and I guess the community. So as long as one person can find enjoyment in my work, that's all that matters for now.